Had it been that they know that Nnamdi Kanu case will enter into this level, they would have allowed this man to go since when they begging Tinubu government to allow him to go. But the case have finally left their hand right now. Trump have finally received different petitions regarding the illegal detainment of Nnamdi Kanu and all of that. And now, this man is finally sending troops to investigate what is ongoing in Nigeria judicial system. Now, the troops are setting in to investigate what is going to happen in the next hearing or the next trial of Nnamdi Kanu in the court, because obviously now, the former judge that was handling Nnamdi Kanu case resigned and a new judge are finally set in. Now, they want to investigate how the new judge will handle the matter. Maybe it's going to be just or unjust. On the same vein, VERYDARKMAN are finally set in to investigate what is really happening as far as Nnamdi Kanu case is concerned. They vow to storm the court and invade everywhere in the next hearing of Nnamdi Kanu. You will see for yourself. You will hear this for yourself in this very video. So let us stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share the video, just where to share it. Share it to the social media platforms. Let it go viral. And if you can share it, just like it. Like the video, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. Just stay connected. I'll come back again.
Welcome you back to LAJUPOG TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
But you should leave the fight for Mohammed.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now to make sense with LAJUPOG.
Hello my great and wonderful viewers, welcome me back to LAJUPOG TV. For those of you coming across this channel for the very first time, just do what to click the red subscription button appearing in your video screen, and at the same time click the notification bell icon so that whenever we drop a new video in few hours time, YouTube will easily let you to know. The worst that they never expected that finally happened. Had it been that the cabinet of Tinubu actually know, they would have allowed Nnamdi Kanu to go, though it wasn't Tinubu that arrested Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu was arrested in the regime of Buhari, and that's over some years ago. Now they put him in detention, and a lot of people have been writing letters that they should allow this man to go, even to the extent that the judges that they were assigning to the case, the judges were resigning. They said, oh no, there is a no case, even to the extent that the last judge that was handling the case came out and made it known to the general public that this case of Nnamdi Kanu is a case of illegal detention, that this man was actually detained illegally and all of that. So the judge resigned. Now a new judge is coming in, and this new judge that is coming in, a lot of people have been saying all sorts of things regarding the judge. They said is good and is that, but some people came out again. They said the judge is not a good judge, that is biased in cause of the judgment and all of that, but nobody cares about that. The main issue here is Trump have finally sent the troops because he have received petition upon petition based on Nnamdi Kanu case and trial that have been lingering in the court for the past few years. Now they sending in troops now from the UN to come and investigate what is happening as far as Nnamdi Kanu case is concerned, and these people are liable to be in the court in the next hearing of Nnamdi Kanu, the next trial of Nnamdi Kanu. The next trial date have been fixed, and it have been fixed to this month because a new judge have set in, and the moment this new judge set in, they made it known to the general public that the case of Nnamdi Kanu will be restart all over, that they will restart the case and they will start hearing everything regarding the case, the petition that was leveraged against him, the charges that they put on him and all. Now it is not only Nigeria people that want to hear it. Now investigative people from UN, they finally set it in, and I say that's not enough. The RATEL of VERYDARKMAN, because he call his people the RATEL and all of that, the RATEL of VERYDARKMAN, they already put it upon themselves to invade the court to see everything. They want to investigate everything that is happening as far as Nnamdi Kanu case. You will see it for yourself in this very video. Kasala boss everywhere. So let us stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share the video as you're watching it, just do what to share it. Share to the social media platforms. Let it go viral. And if you can share it, just like the video, like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. A lot of people are out there. They be saying all manner of things regarding the case of Nnamdi Kanu. So people said Nigeria government actually wants Nnamdi Kanu to bind in the detention. Allegedly, that's what a lot of people are saying. Though Nigeria government never come out to make it known that they want Nnamdi Kanu to prove in the detention. But based on what the people are saying and based on what BIAFRANS are saying, the kind of moves that the Nigerian government is making, or they said they don't want Nnamdi Kanu to go, but the case is finally out of the hand of the Nigerian government at the moment. It have come beyond them, because a lot of people have been writing Tinubu right from time that they should allow Nnamdi Kanu to go, but they never allow him to go, even when Tinubu wasn't the one that arrested him. But Tinubu is the city president, is the president of the day. Now they said he should allow him to go, but they never let him to go. And I said that is not enough. The matter entered into another level. Even the judge that was seated on the case before said they should go and settle the case out of court, that they should settle it politically. Even though if Biafran is not going to come at the moment, they should just let the man to go and meet his people. But these people refused. They said no, it's not going anywhere. Now Trump is finally sending in troops. You will see things for yourself in this very video. You will see how they actually invading everywhere. were they setting in into Nigeria. Now, a lot of petitions have gone to the UN regarding the injustice that have been happening in the country and all of that. And Trump finally accepted the petition. They be sending the petition right from the time of Biden, but Biden refused to see to the petition. But Trump got in and is attending to all the petition now. Troops are setting in, and VERYDARKMAN is putting everything upon himself to ensure that the case is handled justly and Nnamdi Kanu receive justice. You will see things for yourself. So I would like guys to stay connected to the end of the video. If you can share the video, share it. If you can share it, like it. Stay connected. First of all, listen to VERYDARKMAN side of it, and I said that's not enough. Listen to what they said in RISE TV regarding the case of Nnamdi Kanu, and from there you will hear what Trump said and you will see how they troop it in into Nigeria. Just stay connected. I'm coming back again.
Okay, VERYDARKMAN. I appreciate you, sir. I really appreciate you, VERYDARKMAN. I really appreciate you, bro. Thanks for all the good works you have been doing for people in this country and beyond. I really appreciate you. But, sir, please, I have just one question to ask you, sir. And I will love if you can answer that question, sir. Like, I will love it. I don't really do my contents in English language, but for this one, I'm going to do everything in English so you can understand me, sir. Mr. VERYDARKMAN, you are seen in this country, Nigeria, as the comfort of the afflicted. You are seen in this country, in Nigeria, as the last hope of the pressured. Whenever someone has problem and contacts you, his or her problem is half solved. So, sir, that makes me want to ask you this question. Since I've been watching your content online, I have never for once seen you talk about Nnamdi Kanu, who has been unlawfully detained in the DSS office till today. Like, you have never for once talked about Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu. So now, sir, that made me want to ask you this question. Why? Are you guys having issues? Or don't you know about the man called Nnamdi Kanu? Or you don't want to talk about him? Or you are scared to talk about him? Sir, I'm an Igbo man. I'm an Igbo boy. And we Igbos, normally, we don't have anyone to speak for us. It's normal. But I see you as someone that loves helping people in need. You are not scared of anybody. So, sir, why is Nnamdi Kanu's case different? Why haven't you said anything about Nnamdi Kanu? Are you scared of them? I don't think so, because I know you are never scared of anybody. So, sir, is it that you don't know about Nnamdi Kanu, or that you don't want to talk about him, or that is not yet time? Sir, please, I would love if you can answer me this question, sir, in any possible way you can. That's my question, sir. Thank you very much. God is our strength.
Separatist IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu is due to restart under a new judge. The move brings to an end just one chapter of what appears to be a never-ending story, replete with allegations against the former presiding judge of toxic bias. And as Mr. Kanu and his legal team prepare for this new round under a fresh judge, the stage could be set for a judicial process that may be forced to redefine the delicate balance between free speech and national security in Nigeria. With the government accusing Mr. Kanu of making broadcasts that incite public violence and threaten Nigeria's unity, and Mr. Kanu denying all accusations and insisting on his right to advocate for self-determination, how much can the fundamental right to express oneself freely, as guaranteed by the Constitution, be circumscribed by the need to protect the security of the nation? And if that right to freedom of expression is to be limited on national security grounds, how proportionate must it be?
Yes, we're about to start a new journey now. But my question now is, why running when we're in the wrong direction? That's my problem. Why running when we're in the wrong direction? This matter of Nnamdi Kanu, Can it only be settled in court? Is it the only way? Is that the best way to approach it?
That's a good point.
But political issues come up like this.
But let's take it, as I said, sequentially.
Good.
A much higher level of positive signals coming as a result of the prompt administrative intervention of Nigeria's Chief Justice, which appears to have broken, as we mentioned at the outset, the impasse over the request for a new judge to handle the matter. How much does that mark a significant shift in the proceedings?
Yes, the proceeding was stalled because he had what Nnamdi Kanu said. He doesn't want to be tried by the same way. He raised up some legal issues, and then I think he wrote a letter to the CJN and asked for that it be intervened. Yes, a new judge, I think, have been appointed now, have been assigned the case, and I think a hearing notice have been issued. So we start a new plate. But at the end of the day, is that the best solution?
Yeah, but as I said, we're taking this sequentially. We're going to get to what the other potential solutions are. We're going to get to the letter that you've written, all of that. But do you know who the new judge is? Or you're not prepared to reveal it yet?
I think I had a discussion with the good friend, the special counsel, lawyer Jimako. We had a discussion about it, but then I'm not too sure that's what I'm going to keep talking here, because it is something that will envelop itself.
Right, so yes. You guys are not prepared to reveal who the new judge is.
You know, changes take place. My father told me to live is to change, and to be perfect in life is to have changed often. So until it appears before a judge, that's when we know.
Right.
We don't know who we said, I'm no longer, please, I'm not interested in this thing. So at that stage, to be unnecessarily.
And do you know when the case will now resume under the new judge? Because one assumes that he or she will need to familiarize with the charges against Mr. Kanu and the background to the case.
It is very, very important. Very, very crucial. That case is a very complicated matter. So it is not something you just pick and start flowing with it. No, there's need to take some time to study, because it is a complicated matter. And I think that's why it might be better to find the other routes to it. So that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, well, look, what you're thinking has nothing to do with what the reality is right now. The reality is that there's a case in court.
Yes, yes.
A new judge has been assigned.
Exactly.
So let's move on that trajectory. Yes. You're a lawyer.
Yes.
You're a senior advocate of Nigeria.
Yes.
And peripherally, you advise that legal team.
Yes.
So let's move on that trajectory. Could this familiarization process for the new judge mean that there will have to be possibly fresh arguments on key points, possibly new motions from the defense and the prosecution?
Certainly. Everything will start all afresh. Arraignment and all that. We start all afresh with the new judge. So everything will take all afresh.
Right.
He has to enter his plea, whether guilty or not guilty. All that will start all afresh.
And what sort of expectations do you have at this point, based on the fact that things are going to be given, if you like, a fresh impetus?
What I expect is by the time the charges are read and all that, and the accused person studies it and is advised, then that's where the next road will be hit.
Yeah, but is there, I mean, from a legal point of view, and you can tell us, tell the audience, many of whom don't have a legal background, given that the case has come this far, what would be the need for the submission of new sort of fresh arguments and all that sort of thing. I mean, you would have thought that it's all there on record, what the arguments that have been made are.
Yes, you see, by the time the matter is coming up, we do not know yet what charges will come up. The prosecutor has rights to make a lot of changes.
Yeah, because they've gone from treason to terrorism.
And then you see how the charges were watering down, coming down in number, coming down in the content and all that. So maybe a reflection may make it necessary. Either the charges are withdrawn entirely, because being assigned to another judge is not the same thing as you must go on with the charges. So the government has their power to say, no, we're done with this matter. We're withdrawing all these charges, or we're amending it, we're changing it, or we are increasing it, or whatever. So these are the possibilities.
Right.
But the most important thing is, by the time the day is done, we might be asking, what is the best way out?
Yeah, but for you, from your point of view, you being sort of the defense team, what would be the substance of your arguments in court when that case resumes again? Will it be along the same trajectory, that essentially this is an issue of freedom of speech and the right to pronounce that he wants self-determination?
I guess the team will toe the line on the basis of what they will see as the charges.
Yeah, they'll react to whatever
is the charges.
Right.
So it is the charges that will determine what will be the reaction. Certainly, because it will not be proper to start building a defense to a case you have not even seen.
Right.
Yes.
So let's suggest that this is going to take another pretty long time again.
Oh, certainly. Certainly, it's not going to be a Tea Party affair. It's certainly not going to be a Tea Party affair, because you are raising an issue that has a lot to do with the freedom of somebody, with leading him to either imprisonment or so. So certainly it's not going to be a Tea Party affair.
No, we're not suggesting that it will be a Tea Party. I mean, the point is that he's already been incarcerated for a long period of time. And what I'm saying is that the longer the case drags on, the longer it wears everybody down, doesn't it?
Certainly.
Yeah, but your expectation is that it's going to drag on for some time still.
Our expectation is, my expectation is posed on the line of some activities earlier, like the letter I'm talking about, is probably, but the next adjourned date, or when the hearing notice is given, that we might go there and a different toll gate is taken, and maybe the case will be withdrawn and
right. But you don't have any idea at this point when you're all going to be appearing in court again.
I personally, I do not have, or I do not have the mandate to discuss it.
To disclose it.
Yes.
But you may well have a sense of when it's going to happen.
Just the court has the discretion.
Right.
Any day it wants, it will issue a hearing notice and say, appear before me.
Right. And is it your expectation, let me put it in a different way, or at the very least your hope, that the new judge will prioritize a fair and speedy trial?
Every judge is expected to be on the road of fair hearing, speedy trial.
No, but obviously that did not, in your assessment, the assessment of your clients didn't happen in the past with the previous judge.
Yes.
So that is why he wrote a letter, and the Chief Justice then intervened, and the Chief Judge of Abuja then, Federal High Court moved the case to another judge.
Yes.
What I'm saying is that Given that, is it your expectation that things will now move, given all the impetus behind it?
Yes,
that it'll move on a new trajectory.
And the accused will certainly expect that, following the insights, what have happened in the past, that a new dawn will be there, and the matter will be moved in a more fairly way and in a more open manner and in a more speedy way. Right. So that's what we'll be expecting. But then what we're going to meet there, it will be assessed at the spot.
And what has been Nnamdi Kanu's reaction to all of this? I understand you saw him recently.
I do. Yes, the reaction is, of course, he made a point, and I think he has had, the points have been looked into, and I think the reality we have now is that the government or the judicial, the CJN has seen a point to what he raised, and a new judge is assigned. So,
I understand there were some points he was making to you about things he wanted to clarify with the public or something. Is that a fact?
All he wanted to say is what is the best way? What is the best way to handle this matter? And that's why I wrote the letter I wrote. I did. Look, you see, Nnamdi Kanu's issue is a nation-building matter. It's a nation-building matter. So it is not something that we must do in this squeezy way of handling it without looking at the bigger picture of Nigeria. We have to put the bigger picture of Nigeria into place.
Well, the government would argue that there are a number of issues here. One issue is arguably the wider political circumstances that gave rise to whatever it is that he did or said. The other one is the impact of whatever it is he said and did. And the government's argument is that the impact was one that created a restive environment in Nigeria, led to violence, and in those circumstances, if it is deemed by a court of law, to at least certainly the Attorney General, the prosecuting officers, to have led to the commission of violence and a crime, then obviously it would end up in a court.
Yes, I get what you're saying. There's something I want to ask you.
So it's a matter of the determination of a court in that regard.
No, please. That's not all that needs to be considered.
No, I didn't say that's all that needs to be considered.
Yes,
but that's something that is to be considered.
Yes.
If it led to the commission of a crime or violence.
There is one point more. If you see the nature of killing that has taken place in Nigerian states, rendering so many of our citizens to be in IDP camps, the murdering that have been taking place. You remember the 70 people killed in Benue State, the 100 killed in Benue State, the all other states that were the Aborigines were being killed. What has happened upon all these people? But the head of the Mieta Allah happened given a pardon. He have been freed. So when you're talking about what happened in Benue, Jos, Southern Kaduna, Taraba, where citizens have left their villages and now in IDP camp, what about those ones? But the people that really engineered these murderous episodes, have they not been granted knowledge by the Attorney General of the Federation? Then what about Sunday Igboho of the Odua state? How about it? You see, this question cannot be taken out of context. The most important thing is there is a problem there is an issue. You cannot look these issues without looking the background.
Okay, let's talk about that background, because we've been talking so far, and I did say that we would get to the other side. We've been looking at the legal side of things. On the political side, there was talk from the Southeast governors, members of the National Assembly, etc., holding meetings with the president, holding press conferences, addressing Nigerians and so on, to try to urge the president to get his attorney general to drop the case. Where do things stand on that front? Because up to just a few months ago, we were being told that, we saw the Southeast governors all get together and make an announcement they were going to meet the president. We saw people like Honorable Obi Aguocha, who represents him in the National Assembly. Nnamdi Kanu is from his constituency. They all came here and talked about all the mobilization that was going on and the fact that they had all these people who were working to try and speak to the political element of this and try and get some action in that respect. And then you yourself have intervened to plead directly with the president on Mr. Kanu's behalf. That's a kind of political intervention, or the prerogative of mercy or whatever. What is the situation with all of that?
The situation is, as you have rightly pointed out, different well-meaning Nigerians, some of them left. Chief Ayo Adebanjo, he pleaded for the release of him. Ayo Adebanjo, nobody will say that he doesn't understand the political reality of Nigeria. He has seen it all. Chief Edwin Clark has made a lot of vital contribution to the growth of Nigeria. He knew everything about Nnamdi Kanu, and he put in a word before his death. Ezife, Chief Ezife, Ezife is a seasoned statesman. Before his death, he raised this issue. Is it Amechi? Is it Iwanyan? How many of them? All these, plus many other ones, have pleaded because these people understand how Nigeria will benefit from if this Nnamdi Kanu's issue is handled in a political manner. Yes, there are accusations, but as my letters raised, these accusations is trying to solve effect without solving the cause. We are looking at effect without the cause. It is better for us to have a broader picture of what is the Nigerian problem and then start solving it from there. A situation where there is an element of discrimination in treatment of different people, you are laying a foundation for that a job will not be easy to be finished. Because as long as the pain is still there, the friction will be there.
It's a news written down, an article about, it's called Law Yard, from diaspora Nigerians, those that call themselves the Nigerians from diaspora. From diaspora Nigerians, they urge the NJC, Nigerian Justice Commission or whatever, to address Justice Omotosho's conduct. Diaspora Nigerians urge NJC to address Justice Omotosho's conduct. The picture you are seeing there is the man they call Justice James Omotosho. Let us read. Let us read. The Nigerians in the United Kingdom Monitoring Council, NUKMC, have urged the National Judicial Council, NJC, to address concerns regarding Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court in Abuja, citing allegations of partnership and misconduct. Citing allegations of partnership and misconduct. One more time. citing allegations of partnership and misconduct. Partnership with the government, misconduct in court. Partnership with the zoo government, misconduct in the court. I hope you are seeing the kind of people, the caliber of justices that Nigerian government are bringing to sort the case or judge the case of Nnamdi Kanu. Let's continue. In a statement signed by its president, Dr. Edward Idiawo, the Nigerians accused Justice Omotosho of violating fundamental principles of justice, fairness, and equity in cases in Rivers State. Idiawo asserts that Justice Omotosho's decision are influenced by his alignment with specific vested interests aiming to undermine democracy in Rivers State. Democracy in Rivers State. To undermine democracy in Rivers State. He emphasized the necessity of conducting a comprehensive investigation and considering potential sanctions to preserve the integrity and impartiality of the judiciary. This is crucial in maintaining public trust and confidence in the legal system. Fellow Biafrans, I'm not here to be reading things for you all, but it's to let you know the kind of person we are dealing with, the kind of man, the character of a so-called judge or justice that's about to handle the case of Nnamdi Kanu. Let's go on. Idiawo expressed deep concerns regarding Justice Omotosho's conduct, suggesting that his involvement in political and corruption scandals has compromised the impartiality and integrity of the judiciary. His conduct, suggesting that his involvement in political and corruption scandals has compromised the impartiality and integrity of the judiciary. It's alleged that he has manipulated the justice system for personal gains, raising serious questions about his ethical standards and commitment to justice. Hey, Lord have mercy. It is alleged that he has manipulated the justice system for personal gain for money, gain for favors, and all those things. It is alleged that he has manipulated the justice system for personal gain, raising serious concerns about his ethical standards and commitment to justice. Hey, Lord have mercy. My people. This is the man Nigeria found fit. They deemed him fit to handle the case of Nnamdi Kanu. Need I say more? Let's continue. Because when we say this, they say, no, don't believe them. They are IPOB boys. They are Simon Ekpa boys. You know, they are the members of the BLA. They kill their people. They are the killers of their people. Don't trust him. He's a Simon Ekpa boy. You know, Simon Ekpa, they are the problem. They are the killers of their people. And all the media, they carry that nonsense. But before your eyes, look at how they are handpicking criminals. Those that will misconduct themselves to derail justice in that shithole called Nigeria. Let us sink into your mind. Look at the caliber of people being brought to deal with the case of Nnamdi Kanu, where the whole world is listening and watching, observing. Even the UK, that Nnamdi Kanu has a British passport, yet they are showing an I don't care attitude. They are pretending not to see what is happening because he is a black British. That's how they roll in Britain. Blacks don't have rights. They will speak all the grammar. They assume they are one. But when it comes to things like this, the blacks in Britain don't have rights. Same thing is happening to Samanepa in Finland. A black Finnish citizen. See how they are treating him. On a mere allegation, they will hold him for 7 months.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You can see everything that is ongoing in the country. You know, it got to a level in the country that Nnamdi Kanu actually stood up for himself in court. He fought all his lawyers. He said all his lawyers should just get out, that they should go away. He stood himself in the court and he challenged the court himself. He challenged the judge that was seated on his case. They said the judge is very, very biased. He said it to the judge face, and I said that's not enough. The lawyers were trying to calm him. I mean, Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer themselves, they're trying to calm him, but this man said all of them should go away, even to the extent that he slapped one of his lawyer in the law court. I played the video in this very platform that time that the thing actually happened. A lot of you actually saw the video and you saw everything the way it goes. Now for Nnamdi Kanu to get that kind of morale and energy to do all those kind of things fearlessly, that shows that they finally pushed the man to the wall. As if that's not enough, they make the case to crumble on ground, and the case of Nnamdi Kanu actually crawl on ground to this level. Do you know how many years this man has been in detention? And according to the report, they said they actually kidnapped him from Kenya. They did not even say that they arrested him. When they presented the case in the UN, that the UN should sit to the case of Nnamdi Kanu, when they presented the case, they said Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya. They didn't even use the word arrest. They said they kidnapped him from Kenya and they brought him to Nigeria, and they making him to go through different torturing in detention and all of that. That was what they said, and that was why Trump actually accepted the petition that they put against Nnamdi Kanu and all of that. Trump accepted it, and they said they need to investigate what is really going on. Now this man has been engaging in detention, and for him to have the temerity to challenge the court, to challenge the judicial system himself, this is not a lawyer speaking. Nnamdi Kanu did not study law, but he signed it on this lawyer and he spoke for himself. And I said that is not enough. After a few days, the judge that was seated on the case resigned, and according to what people said, allegedly, they said the judge made it known to the general public that Nnamdi Kanu case is a case of illegal detention. That shows that they detain him illegally. Now the judge made a recommendation. He said they should go and settle the case out of court, that the court cannot handle this case, that they should settle it out of court, they should settle it politically, because this is a case of we want to separate, we Biafrans are going, we Yorubas are going, we don't want you to go as Nigerian government and all of that. That's the kind of case that is out there now. It is what they can settle out of court. That was what the judge that was seated on the case said then, but they never listened to him. Now the case is finally entering into another level. Nnamdi Kanu said they don't need to settle anything out of court again, because they actually brought into him recently that okay, let's go and settle this thing out of court. But Nnamdi Kanu said no, that it have passed, that they cannot settle anything out of court, that they must settle it based on the Nigerian law that they are putting to put on him right from time and all of that. Now Nnamdi Kanu is now very obstinate. He said no, they're not taking the case to any political destiny. Now you can see everything that was said in this video. You can see the way they actually begging VERYDARKMAN to actually pour himself into the case, because according to the report, VERYDARKMAN have never spoken about Biafran before. They have never spoken about anything Nnamdi Kanu, anything Biafran movement and all of that. This man will always come out. A lot of Nigerians actually love him. He have the platform, but they will always come out to talk about issues or personal issues that are happening in the country. And a lot of people actually see the way this guy actually make good tidings to issues. Now they begging him to enter into the Biafra issue, that he should talk about Nnamdi Kanu released. That Nnamdi Kanu have been in that detention for a very long time now. You can see the way they actually pleaded. The Igbos are pleading, the Biafrans are pleading for this VERYDARKMAN to actually attend to the case of Nnamdi Kanu. And I say that's not enough. The troop of Trump are entering Nigeria to investigate everything the way it's actually going. He said Nnamdi Kanu must receive justice. It is either is guilty of the offense or is not guilty of it. They said they're restarting the case from the beginning again. That shows that all the time that Nnamdi Kanu has spent in detention is just a total waste of time and years. Now they're restarting the case and they want to see where the case will take them to. Now drop a opinion in the comment section of this video, as I'm gonna dedicate and that thing for you, and share, follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at LAJUPOG TV and LAJUPOG Entertainment, on Instagram at LAJUPOG. Guess what, guys? See you in my next video. Bye for now.
I see the hot for my body, I say make I yarn you. Religious gossip plenty day for body. Pastor with the line on top, he pastor. For LAJUPOG Watch TV. Pastor with the bar, where politician with the do pass himself. Corrupt leader, all the while you waiting for church. All as LAJUPOG Watch TV.